my worst day at football was actually watching Chelsea win a game. Chelsea get to the Champions League final, playing Bayern Munich in Munich. Tough game, obviously. Munich got the home advantage. And we finished fourth in the league, Tottenham, so we got looking forward to Champions League football. I go out with Jamie and Graham Souness. Graham had a mate who had a private plane, so we fly out. We play golf when we arrive in Germany, arranged it all. Next night I go to the game, and as we know, Chelsea beat Bayern Munich. Now suddenly Tottenham are not in the Champions League. I've just been knocked out of the Champions League because Chelsea have won it, so there's fourth place out. We don't qualify. At the end of the game, I had to walk round the back of the goal where Chelsea, they had all at one end. As I'm walking past them, they all started singing Thursday night, Channel 5 to me. Thursday night, Channel 5, Thursday night, Channel 5. I'm gutted, and Redknapp, get out. And then I lost my job before it was like I hadn't qualified for the Champions League, bang, gone.
Wow.
So it was a bad day. But
that's not good memory.
But I had mixed feet. I mean, obviously Frank being there as a player as well. So, it was under any other circumstances, I'd have been desperate for Chelsea, but because it meant so much to me as Tottenham manager to, losing the Champions League place, it was a very difficult day.
It's been a strange one, I guess, Marv, as a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Obviously Harry with the personal relationship with Frank, but obviously the new guys come in, Tuchel. It's done a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was Team Frank from the beginning. Frank, whenever I bought a Chelsea shirt, it was always number 8 on the back. I'm lucky enough to know Frank now personally, and was absolutely gutted when he got sacked. I thought he should have been given more time. What he did for us in terms of bringing the youth players through. There's no way Mason Mount would be where he is without Frank Lampard. There's no way Tammy Abraham, Reece James, Christensen. The guys that Frank really believed in, because we had no option. We lost our best player, and we couldn't buy no one, so we had to go with the youth. And what Frank did was unbelievable. So then Tuchel comes in halfway through a season where we're looking like we're not going to qualify the Champions League. We're probably not going to do much, and then completely reinvigorates the entire team, gets the absolute best out of defence and the goalkeeper, which is where we were struggling. And, obviously now the rest is history. So look, with hindsight, of course I'm happy that Tuchel came in. I'd be lying if I said I weren't. But, I've got, nothing but admiration and respect for Frank, and that's not changed one bit. Do you know what I mean? So I thought he handled it really well, and the best anyone can handle losing their job. And I hope to see him at the Bridge again, in the not too distant future.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll come back managing somewhere. And
because you still go to the Bridge now, I remember you saying it was one of the happiest days, taking your grandson. Is that right?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, Bobby, Bobby's Chelsea mad. So one of my best days was during lockdown when they let the 2,000 people back in, and Frank got me and little Bobby a ticket for the Leeds game. And that was, to drive up there, me and him in the car, chatting away. And it was a fantastic day out, And I was looking forward to that, really, with Frank, being there, going to Chelsea every week, really, taking Bobby. But obviously, circumstances have changed now, so it's different. Bobby's still a Chelsea fan. He's still Chelsea mad. I wouldn't be going up now. I was going really because of Frank,
So what the kind of players who were your sort of favourite players then, Chelsea players, Marv, when you were growing up?
Growing up, I mean, it was the old Dennis Wise crew, Vialli, Zola, Pullet.
What a player, Zola.
Yeah.
What a player, Zola, Marv, eh?
Unbelievable. He was like the Hazard of our sort of...
You know what I mean? And what a great guy.
At the time, he was probably... those times when certain teams get the players that arguably are too good for certain clubs, but you'll take them, you know what I mean? Di Canio at West Ham and, Zola at Chelsea and what's his name at Middlesbrough?
Ravanelli.
Yeah. Ravanelli. All those players that come in and then the team just grows, you know what I mean? And then, I remember us winning the FA Cup and Dean Matteo scored that screamer from 30 yards out. And, those were when I was sort of early teens, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then, obviously, we had the Abramovich takeover probably when I was about, 16, 17. So, listen, my dad's had tough years as a Chelsea fan. my years as a Chelsea fan have actually been all right. You know, because I've half my life has been with Abramovich, and half, you know, the other 8, 9, 10 years it was sort of just, you know, being a bit younger and growing up. So yeah, so those were the players that I loved growing up.
But Zola was just a genius. I was working for Sky one day at Stamford Bridge, and we're pitch side, you know, and Zola was he was on the pitch by about a yard, and we're talking, and a guy comes along from one of the ground staff. I don't know, he must have come from Mars, because he obviously couldn't have, and he's told him to get off the pitch. I said, you can't. I said, he can. I said, you know who he is. I said, you're throwing him off the pitch. I said, he can do what he wants. He can have a kip on the pitch if he wants to. He was that good. He looked at me, the fella, you know, he'd obviously never, I don't know where they found him from, but he wanted to throw him off the pitch, Zola, because he stood on the edge. Excuse me, off the pitch, he said. But who would your dad's team have been then? Marv, who would have been his favourites? Did he ever tell you?
Kerry Dixon.
Yeah.
Chopper Harris.
Oh my God. Osgood, Peter Osgood.
Yeah, Peter Osgood. Pat Nevin as well.
Alan Hudson was a great player. They were characters, though. I mean, they discovered the King's Road. It was like, you know, the King's Road was like, they were, you know, they lived a different life, them boys. They were real sort of playboys, you know. They'd spend their time up the King's Road, you know, in the wine bars. Suddenly it all became... And Chelsea had a big following in film stars, and, you know, people like that would go to Chelsea. It was a club to go to. It had that type of following, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chelsea, yeah, big time. This free trade investment app is terrific. If you've ever thought about investing, this is a great way to start and to grow some wealth over the long term. It's so simple, anybody can use it. Come here, I'll show you. You can buy and sell stocks plus ETFs with none of your high commission fees you might get elsewhere. It's commission free and there's no hidden cost. Brilliant for beginners and experts, the free trade app is trusted by over 700,000 investors. Even better, if you register and fund your account via freetrade.io/Harry, you get a free share worth between £3 and £200. Oh yeah, and don't forget that when investing, your capital is always at risk, meaning your investment can go up, but they can also go down. Other charges may apply. And one of the most amazing videos, if you ever seen it, Marv, is the Leeds-Chelsea game, where they absolutely kicked each other to pieces. You've never seen a more violent game of football. And I think there was one booking in the game. They showed it to today's referees, and I think there was something like, they said there would have been 17 bookings and 6 sending offs if it was today. And there was one booking.
It would have been postponed. It would have been, yeah.
There was one booking in the whole 90 minutes. It was just unreal, you know.
How much more physical was it back then?
Oh, it was crazy physical. Oh, different world. Ronnie Harris, I mean, he had
the nickname Chopper, didn't he?
Chopper. The ball come to you, he'd just cut you in half. You know, he'd just come and cut right through you and smash you. And absolutely, I mean, it was from behind. I mean, down the back, you know. Whatever, they probably wouldn't get a free kick for it. You know, they'd lift you in the stand, they'd kick you over the touchline, and different world.
Me growing up as a kid, you know, I wanted to be either a footballer or a pop star, right? And I sort of done both. Well, I was playing football and doing music and drama and all that until I was about 15, 16. And then it got to that age, and my old man said to me, look, son, you know, I was doing football on a Sunday, I was doing drama and singing and dancing on a Saturday, and football training during the week, and acting during the week. So I was sort of trying to do it all. And my dad said, look, son, if you want to make it in one now, you kind of got to pick one or the other. And I'll be honest, you know, when I used to play on a Sunday, if I lost the game, you know, I was disappointed, but, you know, it wouldn't ruin my day. I wasn't absolutely fuming. Whereas if I went to an audition and I never got the job, I was fuming, devastated, you know what I mean? So for me, I chose the sort of performance route and made the wrong decision, H. You know what I mean? So...
You ain't done bad, mate. You ain't done bad. So how did you first get into the group? How did that come about?
That come about... I mean, I've been working in the industries from when I was like 10, 11. I used to do loads of shows in the West End, and then I did Grange Hill, then I did Holby City, and I did... I did a group before JLS that was signed to Virgin. We had 2 top 10s, didn't work out. Got a normal job selling property and stuff like that. And then I got a call from Arishe one day. Never knew him. Just got my number off of someone. And like, he was pitching me this idea about this R&B sort of boy band thing. And I was like, I don't know if I can be arsed. You know what I mean? I've just come out of a group that sort of failed. And I was 24 at the time. I was living with a lady, and we were, I was pretty settled, to be honest. And I was like, I don't know if I can be bothered. Anyway, I listened to what he said, met up with him on Oxford Street. I remember it was outside Niketown, and we're chatting away, and he sold me. I'm in. I'm thinking, right. And then I thought, hang on a minute, I've not heard this geezer sing. This geezer, you know what I mean? And so I said to him, can you like sing a little bit? And me and him are literally standing outside Niketown singing to each other. Everyone must be thinking, what's going on with these two? But anyway, we then I knew Aston through a mutual friend. Arishe found JB through a mutual friend. And people think we just went for the X Factor and that was it. But we were together for a year. We tried everything sort of the old school way, knocking on record company doors, doing demos, all that stuff. And no one was interested, no one. And we were just about to call it a day. And then one of us said, should we just give the X Factor a shot and see how it goes? And it all worked out all right, mate. You know what I mean?
It did. It was brilliant. Yeah.
You're a big music fan, aren't you?
Yeah. What? I'm smooth. I have smooth on all day. Do you know smooth?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I have that on. That's my music. Lovely. I love all the old, all the old stuff. Dinah Ross, the Drifters, Benny King, and everything like that. That's my type of music.
All the soul music and all that.
Yeah, Whitney Houston. I love Whitney Houston. I can listen to her all night. Whitney Houston.
And how's the tour plans going, Marv? How's the rehearsals going?
So we're hoping it's going to be going ahead. This will be the 3rd time we've moved the tour. It's scheduled for October, November. 30 arenas, 4 O2s. It's a big tour. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
So blown away by the reaction to us coming back. But as I say, we've had to move it 3 times. Rehearsals are scheduled for September. So just fingers crossed, mate. I mean, we're planning.
Yeah.
Everything's in motion. We're starting to book people, crew. So, we could be one of the first acts back playing sort of sold out arenas again. So, we're hoping.
Brilliant, Marv. That'd be great. Marv, listen, so on the tour, you're not coming down this way, are you? Bournemouth, Southampton?
Yeah, of course, mate. Bournemouth. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's still called the Vic.
I'm there. Me and Sandra, we're coming.
Mate, you'll be our special guest.
We're
Harry.
coming. We'll be there.
We'd love to have you both down there, mate, for sure.
I will be there for sure. I love it. Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting to see some shows. I definitely love that. Marvin, good luck, mate, and thanks ever so much for today.
No, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys, yeah?